So let's say you're one of those people who just bought a beautiful new shiny Galaxy Note 7 only to find out the hard way that it's even easier to scratch than its predecessor. You may have seen this video. Zach from Jerry Rig Everything performing his now familiar durability test on the Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Surprisingly though, he appears to leave visible scratches on the device's Gorilla Glass 5 with a metal pick that rates a 3 on the scale of hardness. Quote, only one step above plastic, as Zach notes in the video. A new glass from Corning that appears to scratch much easier than its predecessor is admittedly hot news. But as often is the case, this scandal may have gotten blown a little out of proportion. Now, for those of you who are new to this, let's give you just a little bit of context. In Zach's previous videos on devices typically using Gorilla Glass 4, it usually takes 5 or 6 hardness picks before scratches occur. But in the Note 7 video, non-removable marks are visible on the screen from a pick as low as 3. Based on the video evidence, some have jumped to the conclusion that increasing Gorilla Glass 5's shatter resistance has come at the cost of weakening its scratch resistance. Now this may or may not be true, but to be fair, we had to speak to Corning. Corning is the manufacturer that produces these displays. We spoke to their senior spokesperson, and they pointed out this. The test that was conducted in the video is obviously not an industry test. It uses hardness picks, but it's in an uncontrolled manner. We also don't know a lot about the loads the person used, whether the loads are changing as he goes through the testing. Now by load, of course, he means the pressure with which Zach pressed on the display with each pick. The human hand can't possibly be 100% certain that he's pressing with the exact same pressure each time. It's a good point, but we did argue this. We made the point that Zach has performed this test over 30 times, and that even outside a laboratory setting, there must be at least some degree of consistency in his approach and execution. But they pretty much shut that point down with this point, and I quote, "The hardness pick that was used in the video is a 3. That's softer than the glass material itself. Oftentimes when you have a softer material, and depending on what load you've used, you tend to see material transfer on the test substrate. Material transfer on the test substrate is not necessarily a scratch, but it can appear as a scratch to the untrained eye." Corning went on to say, and I quote, "We have conducted control pick hardness tests and have demonstrated that this material transfer can sometimes occur. It is characteristic of the lower pick hardness during the tests." So if Corning's theory is accurate, basically what we're seeing is the rubbing off of the softer pick on the harder display. Sounds like a reasonable explanation, but then we thought of this. The video seems to show progressively worse scratches as the pick hardness increases, which would be logical if indeed the pick is scratching the glass. So if what we're seeing is a soft material being transferred onto the glass, shouldn't the effect become less noticeable as the picks become harder? Corning responded, and I quote, "It's a function of the difference in the hardness of materials, but in particular the load is very important. So you could have a lower hardness pick with a much higher load and still achieve a condition that would look like a slightly higher hardness pick with a lighter load. It's a combination of pressure and material hardness differences that exist between the pick and the material that's being contacted." So have any of you new Galaxy Note 7 owners suffered from increased scratches on your device? Let me know in the comments below. I want to hear about it. Well, maybe you're now one of those people who don't want to just watch videos about technology, but help actually make new technology. Well, our beloved sponsor Full Sail University offers degree programs to help you reach those goals. In their mobile development undergraduate degree program, you'll learn how to create and distribute apps. And if you're ready to advance your development skills, check out the mobile gaming graduate program. If you're ready to compete in this rapidly growing industry, visit fullsail.edu/authority to learn more about these degree programs. Thanks for watching, Edward Army. Jace here, and if you want to get into this a lot deeper, there's a fantastic article written by Chris Carlin that today's show was based on. It's linked up below.